Hi everyone, good afternoon. Welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep. My name is Alpa Sharma, and in today's session we shall be talking about the SET BBA paper, and we shall be solving many questions so that we can master this examination in a jiffy. I hope I'm clearly audible and visible to everyone. Can you hear and see me clearly, everybody? Good afternoon, very good afternoon. Yes, so clearly visible and audible. All right. So the agenda of the class is that since SETBB examination isn't far off, it's going to happen on the 3rd of July, pretty close. We are going to be doing a revision sprint. We're going to be solving many questions. And this class is basically part one of the English language revision series that we have. This class will be divided into two parts. One is going to happen today, and the other one probably the next week on a day that I'll announce very soon. And in the two parts, we will be aiming and targeting various types of questions that have appeared in the SET BBA pattern examination, and we'll be solving many questions so that we are able to ace this examination in one shot. So that's what our agenda of the class is going to be. How are we going to divide the class into two parts? Let's understand that. But before that, let's quickly have a look at the pattern so that we know exactly what are we targeting, what are we supposed to solve. If you look at the 22 pattern that's going to appear, you'll have 16 questions appearing for the English section, 16 for quant, GK, and then analytical will have 12 questions. One good thing to note here is that you don't have a negative marking. So one lesson to learn is obviously mark every question. Don't leave out on it. Take risk. Okay. And obviously do not ask me, ma'am, which option to mark if I am not sure of the answer. Mark with something that you think is probably going to be the correct answer instead of asking me what your flukes are going to be. So you'll be getting a +1 for every correct, but there's not going to be any negative marking. That's the good part about the 22 SET paper. Now, according to this pattern, if you look at the types of questions they have appeared, which we need to be practicing, which we are going to be practicing in this session, this one, we have a one shot for QA as well. Yes, you have it. Okay. So you're going to do it for QA as well. For GK as well. Exactly. Okay, Mayank. So you are going to be doing that. All right. So back to it. If you look at the kind of questions that have appeared in the SET paper, you see you did not get RCs appearing in the paper. You had vocab questions in the form of idioms and phrases, fill in the blanks, that is called contextual vocabulary because the meanings have to be marked contextually. You had direct synonyms and antonyms. You had many grammar sentence correction questions, sentence improvement questions. And out of the sentence correction questions, many questions were testing you specifically on your tenses, voice, and conditionals. Now, conditionals obviously will be a subpart of tenses. Why have I brought this here is that you need to know that since RC is not an important part of the SET paper, we need to be focusing a lot on vocabulary and grammar. Okay. So before I show you the exact questions that I've brought, you have to focus on a few things here. One, please start a revision of error spotting questions, specifically focusing a lot on tenses. Even if you keep aside SET, tenses has been a very important topic in sentence correction and sentence improvement questions. So I would recommend you sit with Renan Martin probably and go through all the tenses, focusing a lot on conditionals and exceptions. What are exceptions? Why do I say them? So for example, I'll give you an example, you'll get the hang of it. If my sentence is, she knew she will not get well. You know, it's a tenses question with an exception. The error here is a will, which has to be a would. Because when we write will in the past tense, it becomes a would. That's one of the exception questions. Another exception question from tenses, the example could be that tomorrow my flight will leave at 10 a.m. Can you find the error here, everyone? Tomorrow my flight will leave at 10 a.m. Can you find the error here? Tomorrow my flight will leave at 10 a.m. Can you correct the sentence? Can you identify the error, everyone? Nobody? I thought this was easy. Good that you've got a tricky question now. You now know exactly what you need to work harder for if SET is your target. And trust me, it's not only SET. Such questions appear in almost every examination, BB examination, CUT examination that focuses on grammar along with RCs. The correct answer here is going to be tomorrow my flight leaves at 10 a.m. Why? Exception. Even if it is tomorrow, it cannot be a future tense because it is a part of a fixed timetable. And anything that's a part of a fixed timetable, a fixed schedule in future does not take a future tense. It takes a simple present tense. That's exactly what I want you guys to focus on. So pick up Ren and Martin. I'll write that down here. Okay. Do some basic fundamentals of tenses, voice, conditionals. Conditionals questions I haven't even given you. They are tricky and you get many questions on conditionals. Do the theory and then after you've done, solve at least 200 miscellaneous error spotting questions. Why do you need to do error spotting questions? Because these error spotting questions are going to help you understand various kinds of errors that might appear in grammar beyond tenses, voice, and conditionals. It could be prepositions, it could be conjunctions, it could be pronouns, it could be various. So solve at least 200 miscellaneous error spotting questions. That's what I expect you to do. Okay, that's one thing. Two, please solve many questions based on fill in the blanks. I'll tell you exactly how to deal with them if you don't know the word, because you don't have a lot of time left and you can't expect yourself to be a master of vocabulary, but you still can get correct answers through the right technique. And that's exactly why this session is here. We need to understand the right technique. So word meanings, probably you need to know the exact meaning, but fill in the blanks, you can guess the meaning by eliminating options by the sentence it has been used in. Idioms and phrases also, a lot of words can be guessed here. So please solve many questions. Please attend both the classes live so that you get exactly the various kinds of questions that can come up. So your homework after the class is done, solve at least 200 questions of vocab, at least 200 questions of sentence correction, and be a master of both the kind of questions that appear in the examination. Now let's get back to the, and then of course you had parajumbles. You had 5 sentences with 4 questions. So parajumbles is another thing that we're going to do. Now, how are we going to solve them? In today's session, we are going to be doing vocabulary only through idioms and phrases, through contextual vocabulary and fill in the blank questions. In the next session, we shall be solving grammar and parajumbles. That's what we're going to be focusing on in the part 2 of this session. So today's agenda is going to be solving many vocabulary questions. So are you guys ready to solve these questions with me, everyone? If you're ready, send me a thumbs up. Hit click on the like button, hit a like. Click on the share button if you haven't done that yet. Overall, overall 200 for error spotting, 200 for vocabulary. You'll get a good hang of the kind of questions that appear by solving these many questions. Okay, and that's the bare minimum I expect you to do. Okay, all right, so here we go with the first question of the class. Good luck, everyone. You have an idiom that's written in italics and you have to tell me the correct meaning of the idiom according to its usage in the sentence. What should be the correct answer here? Let somebody off the hook. What does that mean? When you let somebody off the hook, what do you think should the answer be? Hi, Akshat. Please solve this question. A, go home. Okay. If I let you off the hook, I let you go. Okay. I don't hold you responsible. You're on the hook. That means you are responsible for something. When I let you off the hook, I let you be free. I don't hold you responsible for something. That's exactly why the answer cannot be going home. Okay, the correct answer is going to be an absolute C. That is not holding somebody responsible. I let you off the hook, I let you go. You're not responsible for it. So the cop will not let you go if you ride a bike without a helmet. You are responsible. You cannot be let free unnecessarily. The correct answer is going to be a C. Let's give a try to another question, okay? Question number 2, everyone. Now, that's a fill in the blank question with idioms. So, the correct idiom that should be a fit here in the sentence, don't give me excuses now. You have missed the flight, missed the boat, missed the bus, missed the car. Which one of these? 3 of them are wrong idioms. Only one is a correct idiom according to the sentence and according to the dictionary of idioms as well. What do we say? You missed the, what do you miss? The boat, the bus, the flight, or the car? All remaining 3 are wrong. You missed the bus, okay? The boat, okay? The flight, all random guesses, everyone. Everyone is marking randomly. You miss the boat. Miss the boat is there was an opportunity given to you, but you did not utilize it. The time has passed. That is missing the boat. There is no idiom as missing the flight or bus or car. You miss the boat. And let's think of it this way. Let me make life easier for you. Idioms are ancient, right? They're old. When idioms are ancient and old, flight, bus, or car, they don't make sense. Do they? They do not. Thus, the correct answer is a boat. Let's have a look at question number 3, everyone. The correct answer was a B. Question number 3, fill in the blank. Find out which is going to be the correct answer. Just a minute, I'm putting my video on mute for a second. Yeah, what's the correct answer? There's a power cut. My video will be on off for a second. Oops. Yeah, what's the correct answer? We should not worry about funding as of now. We will go home when the need arises, make a bridge. When the need arises, make a bridge when we come to it, or cross the bridge when we come to it. What do you think? Okay, B, make a bridge when the need arises. Okay. B. B. Oh, your mind is going to be blown. Because that is not B. No? Any other guesses? That's not a B. You cross the bridge when we come to it. So, correct answer is a D. Let's understand it through a methodology, okay? Crossing the bridge when we come to it is dealing with a problem when only when it comes in front of you. When the problem is not in front of you, you don't fret about it, you don't worry about it. That is what cross the bridge when we come to it means. Make a bridge when the need arises is finding a solution, and that too is only a contextual one. This is no idiom. There's only one idiom, and that is this. Everything else is only to confuse you. There are no such idioms that exist. Only one idiom exists, and that is cross the bridge when we come to it. That is deal with a problem when it comes in front of us. Otherwise, we are carefree. Okay, the correct answer is a D. Next question, everyone. Shall I show you? Here we go. Question number 4. The meaning of the idiom, the best thing since sliced bread. Somebody who's been attending my classes regularly on YouTube for quite a while will know the correct answer here. What does it mean? The best thing since sliced bread. Anybody? C? A? Okay. A? Vaibhav is sure. He's sending messages again and again. See? The best thing since sliced bread. Let me tell you a story. If bread came only in a loaf and no slicing done, how difficult would it have been to eat it, right? And then when the slicing started happening, it was such a good thing that we could eat bread so nicely in slices. It was a very good thing. It was an excellent thing. If something as great happens, you call it the best thing since sliced bread. It is something that's perfect, that's excellent, that's top notch. So something as great, you can link it to the story, as great as the slicing of the bread. Slicing of the bread is only a contextual meaning added to it. Anything that's excellent is the best thing since sliced bread, not the first time. So the meaning is going to be an A. Something that's very, very good, excellent is the best thing since sliced bread. Correct answer is an A. Next question, everyone. Are you getting the hang of it, everybody? Are you able to understand how to get them correct? Here we go with the next question. Question number 5. Abhi left no stone unturned. You have to tell me the meaning of this idiom in the search for the best ad campaign. So, no stone unturned. What is going to be the answer here? Meaning of the idiom. Do physical work, not do physical work rather, do a lot of physical work, do everything possible and do nothing. When you leave no stone unturned, you fight with every possible effort that you have. Do everything possible. Now, everyone knows this one. Yes. So, if you're sitting for the SET BBA entrance examination for 22, you have to leave no stone unturned. You have to put in your best foot forward and do everything that's needed. The correct answer is a C. Everyone got that correct. Yes, that's a C. Next question. Here you go. Which of the following is the closest in meaning to hunky-dory? What does hunky-dory mean? Does it mean disagreeable? Does it mean palatable? Does it mean offensive? Or does it mean peevish? What does it mean, hunky-dory? What's the correct meaning, everyone? See, offensive. Okay, Aksha. Others, give it a try. High school says peevish. Peevish. You know what does peevish mean? Peevish means something that's very irritating. Okay. Now, you can eliminate a lot of options easily. I'll tell you what. Disagreeable has a negative connotation. Offensive has a negative connotation. Peevish has a negative connotation. Palatable is something that's pleasing. It has a positive connotation. Even if you don't know what that means, you know there's only one word with positive connotation, the odd one out. Every other word has a negative connotation. You know your answer, and that is pleasing. Hunky-dory is everything's good, everything's fine. Enjoying the life hunky-dory is enjoying a pleasant life. It is a B. Okay? Yes, that is a B. So hunky-dory is a palatable thing, something that's very pleasant. B is our correct answer here. Next question. Question number 7. Not a synonym of tacit. Now one lesson to learn. Please read your directions carefully. Don't blindly mark answers. Don't do this mistake. Is it asking us for a synonym or an antonym? We need to get the hang of it, okay? Not a synonym of tacit. Implicit, implied, explicit, unspoken. You can do the odd one out trick here as well. Exactly, Navya. You too. So, tacit, you can do the odd one out technique here. What's the correct answer? Everyone? No idea? Do the odd one out. Yes, Vaibhav. See, let's use the odd one out technique here. Implicit, implied, and unspoken are a set of synonyms. Explicit is the opposite of it. So if this word is odd, it has to be my answer. Okay, so tacit means something that's implied or implicit or unspoken or hidden. Whereas explicit is clearly mentioned, clearly written, directly written or mentioned is explicit. My correct answer has to be explicit only. Okay, that is a C. Yes, you got the technique. That's a C. Next question, everyone. Question number 8. Study of dogs. One word for the study of dogs. Don't be angry with me if you don't know the answer. Which is one word for a study of dogs? Just a minute. Yeah. See? Cytology. Okay. Cytology is the study of cancer cells. Cytology is not our answer. Any other guesses, anyone? D. Asmita. Dipterology is the study of, oh, very funny thing, study of flies. Study of cancer cells. Study of blood cells. Usually something going wrong with the blood cells. That is hematology. You get some blood tests done in labs. If there's an infection in the body, that's hematology. Okay, the correct answer is an A. Cynology is the study of dogs. Did you get it, everyone? Remember the words, okay? The correct answer is an A. Exactly. Next question. Question number 9. For many employees, the takeover of the company came as a purple stocking. Okay, let's make it blue stocking. I'll tell you why. Blue stocking, fair weather friend, bolt or from the blue or blue mood came as a dash and changed their life forever. Which idiom is the correct one here? Everyone? I'll tell you why did I change it from purple to blue. See? Good guess, my children, good guess. A bolt from a blue is a sudden thing appearing from nowhere, out of the blue, but coming as a massive change. Okay, that's bolt from the blue. Blue stocking is basically some used for somebody who is well learned and well educated. I'll tell you the story behind that. So in older times, somebody who belonged to a literary club used to wear blue stockings as a mark of showing that they belong to a literary club. So somebody who goes to a literary club is well read. Gradually, people stopped wearing blue colored stockings, but it continued as an idiom that somebody who is well read and learned and knowledgeable is called a blue stocking. A fair weathered friend is a friend who is your friend only in good times, but in bad times, he would flee away. Okay, so blue mood is sad. Exactly. Yes, Dia. Right. So the correct answer is going to be bold from the blue. Okay. Last question for the class, everyone. We were amazed to see her mood dash between hope and despair. What happened? The mood dash, the mood pondered between hope and despair, prevaricated, vacillated, or focused. What is the correct word here? Everyone? We were amazed to see her mood dash between hope and despair. Okay, C, high school, all right. Others, B, prevaricate. You know what does prevaricate mean? Prevaricate is basically to dodge. Okay, dodge some question, not wanting to answer it, moving away, evade a question is prevaricate. So the mood will not dodge a question, will not evade from a question between hope and despair. Sometimes hope, sometimes despair. Pendulum, sometimes going this way, sometimes going that way. You know the correct answer here. It cannot be a prevaricate. Yes, please do, Dia. The correct answer is going to be a vacillate. It sways, sometimes hope, sometimes despair. It's an ever changing one. It swings from one side to the other. The correct answer is a vacillate. The mood cannot ponder. Ponder is to think about something, okay? Mood will not focus. The person will ponder, the person will focus. But the mood can vacillate from one end to the other. The correct answer is a C here. All right. What's your question, Dia? All right, guys. So this was part one of our class where we solved some vocabulary questions, idioms and phrases questions, contextual vocabulary questions. Part two of the ACT revision sprint will happen very, very soon. And I expect you to do some research about your grammar and please solve questions so that when you come along with me for the next class, you're able to get the questions correct. Okay, that's very, very necessary. And please do not leave the class without liking the session and sharing the session and commenting under my video if you've liked the session. Ma'am, India follows the determination of making women at par with men and protecting their rights when the Russia troops are sexually assaulting. Dia, there's one term that I will use as an answer to your question. Politics. The entire world politics. This India supporting Russia, India not standing up for Ukraine or not directly standing up for Ukraine, and what happens in Afghanistan, what happens in China, and what happens in Russia, and what happens in Ukraine, what happens in USA, everything is a part of politics. My 2 cents, keep yourself out of it. Do not let your mental sanity be disturbed from it. I think you will follow my suggestion. It is disturbing to see why these assaults are not being responded to negatively by India, but there are people sitting everywhere playing politics in India, outside, everywhere. And that's not blaming one party. So let's just be out of it. I hope I make sense. Yes. So, guys, I hope you've learned something. Webber, I had to. Okay. So ending the class on a very positive note. Let's stay out of politics. Let's work very hard, solve many questions. We have to get through ACT. Yes. Make sure you attend the second part of this revision sprint. And I shall see you very soon. Have a very good day, everyone. God bless you.